I'm Dr. Vikas Puri, President and co-founder of Intelligent Health Group. One of the things that we really strive to empower others about is holistic health. What does holistic mean? It means whole, as part of a whole. And that means our mind, body, and spirit. That's what holistically, or in whole, describes our being, our health as a whole. We are not separable from our mind, from our body, or our spirit in any given moment. If there's any dysfunction or unease in any of these areas of our being, we're not going to be healthy. Our health will be impacted. And any sort of healing at any of those levels will be impacted directly or indirectly by the various parts of our being, like our mind, our body, and spirit. So, making sure all of those are in line, that they're being taken care of, is vital if we're going to actually get a lasting result in any sort of health care, in any sort of health plan, in any sort of action plan when we're trying to combat a disease or an illness or a symptom. So when we say we try to get to the root cause of things, we want to make sure we identify the primary stressors and the secondary and others, and making sure that we start attacking those and removing those one by one. That's really important when we're thinking about healthcare. So one of the things I want to talk about today is stress management. A simple stress management, but the stress I'm talking about right now is emotional stress. Because I know that we've talked about physical stress on the body, our posture, our ergonomics, different injuries and so forth. We talk about chemical stress, nutrition and so forth. But emotional stress is so important, and ironically, with the holidays coming up, stats show that mental health actually goes up at this time of year, which is sad. This is a time for joy, for happiness, but unfortunately, with the way culture has gone, there are a great deal of stressors around this time as well. Bills to be paid, people to meet, expectations to be met, and sometimes reminders for some of us who just don't feel as happy or as fortunate, that how low our lot is. So it's basically self-sabotage when we start thinking that way, but we're human. Of course, we can have these feelings, and it's understandable. So with that understanding, I want to talk about emotional stress a little bit. Stress management, what can we do about it? Well, first and foremost, it's really important to understand that we have control over it. It can seem sometimes when you're stressed, when we're in situations that we have no control, that we can't keep it together. But the honest truth is we are masters of our own destiny. We have a lot more in our control than we think. The most important thing is just our mind. Our mind is probably the biggest and greatest gift we have, the greatest instrument we have to combat any stress, to keep us healthy, to keep us well, to direct us towards abundance and prosperity. It's all in the mind. Because what we think is how we act, and how we act is the results that we achieve. So think about it. There was a great person one time, a wise man, who entertained or had somebody come to him and really seek his advice. And he was in despair because he said, "Look, I've just lost my fortune. I am now bankrupt. I am disgraced, and I am useless." So the fact that he had felt useless now, disrespected, humiliated, and being bankrupt, the wise person turned to him and said, "Look, the actual matter is, yes, you might be bankrupt right now, but you're not humiliated, you're not disrespected, and you're not useless. Those last three things are just in your mind. It's what you conceive of yourself. It's your own self-image. So nothing is written, nothing is definite that's going to show that you are those things. It's how you think of yourself that matters. It doesn't matter what others think. And so I read too many years ago, and something that stuck with me is, it's more important what happens inside us than what happens outside us. So how we react to the situations around us determines our experience, determines how we see the world. It's our glasses, it's our lenses, our looking glasses at what's happening around us. You can put 3 people in the same room, they can have the same experience in their life, and they'll all react to it differently. Why is that? That's based on their conditioning, their paradigms, their mindset. It's very unique to them. And so that shows that it's not the stimulus or the environmental issue that's going to cause the result. It's basically how we process it, how we deal with it, how we act upon it. So we have that ability. It can again seem very difficult at times, but there's things you can do to try and get more control over yourself, over your senses, and try and stay more as a master of your domain rather than the outside world affecting you. Biggest thing is self-care. Take care of yourself. Sleep well, eat well, keep the right company, try to do something enjoyable in your life, hobbies, interests. Make sure that you're plugging those things into your day, into your daily routine. Now a lot of us, they say that we don't have time for things. We don't have time for sleep. We don't maybe have time to eat properly or cook our meals or even spend time with our family. The reality is we all have the same amount of time. The president, the prime minister, great people that are doing great things have the same 24 hours that we do. So what's the difference? Can we imagine doing all the things that some others do? Sometimes we're amazed how people get so much done. But the fact is, they don't have any extra hours in their day than we do. It's just like cash flow. Some people are very good at managing their finances, others are not. We all should do a time study on where our day goes, and literally in 15-minute increments write down for a 1-week period the things you're doing, almost like a diet diary, and it'll become very apparent where you spend your time. And if your time is not being spent on productive tasks you need to move you forward, or to attack your priorities in your day, if that's not where most of your time is going, then you've been doing it wrong. And you've been just working hard, but maybe not smart. So working smart, working to our priorities, making sure that we're just taking the time out to schedule our day. It's great that the night before, just write down everything you need to do the next day. Keep it realistic. Keep it between 3 to 6 items at most that you want to accomplish for the next day that work to your priorities. And make sure you schedule it. Put in the schedule what time you're going to do it and how much time you're going to take at it. And make sure you try to keep to those times. And if you fail the first time, it's okay. Be compassionate with yourself and try again the next day. Get more realistic. Put up the right amount of time. But day by day, it'll get easier. And it'll be worth that effort. A little bit of effort in the beginning will just make it so much more easy. So time management is going to be important. Making sure we're working to our priorities is going to be very important. Making sure we're taking care of ourselves, being compassionate with ourselves, loving ourselves, forgiving ourselves when we fail, and saying, you know, I forgive myself, I accept myself, I love myself unconditionally because I can and I will, and I want to be healthy, and I want to be happy, I want to be joyous, and I choose relaxation, I choose to be happy, I choose to be content. These are choices. And when we change our vibration, the frequency we're in any given moment, it changes our actions, it changes our results. So staying in that state more than not, just being mindful of it, is going to be very important. Okay? Making sure you take time out during the day, even a few minutes a day, and again, carve it out. The best thing is to schedule it. Maybe just before lunch, just before your meal, right when you get to your desk, whatever it may be. So take a minute, 2 minutes, to just close your eyes and meditate. Just focus your attention between the point between the eyebrows and just watch your breath coming in and out, almost like waves coming to the shore. And just watch it. Every time a thought comes, just redirect your mind to the breath coming in and out and watch the breath. When there's no breath, just enjoy that relaxation in between the breaths. And you'll find that your heart rate will lower, you'll feel more relaxed in a matter of seconds. Within that minute, you'll feel refreshed. You can just practice that even for just 1 minute. So do that a few minutes a day. It's just like we ask you to stretch your neck and shoulders and everything when you're at your desk a while. Stretching your mind and meditating, taking that time out, just for a minute or two, will do wonders to just reset your energy, reset your nervous system, help with your frequency, your vibration, keep you in a positive state. So these are things that you need to work on for stress management. Okay. Also, this month, we do have our counselor, our psychotherapist, Bharti Patel is there to take care of you in person or virtually. So please make an appointment with her. She does free consultations as well, just to make sure she can help you. But beyond that, it's accepted by insurance companies if you're covered. Get a proper assessment done. We are offering $49 for a complete assessment. Normally it's over $200. So let's understand what your problems are, and then she can put together a game of action or an action plan to make sure that you are implementing the right strategies, right stress management strategies to decrease emotional stress and keep you healthier, keep you calmer, and be ready to tackle everything that comes before you. Remember, it's what's more important what happens inside you than what happens outside you. Thanks so much. Please contact us at intelligenthealthgroup.ca. You'll find locations near you. Call us today.